going on? What's going on? It's Lady Dre, and welcome to Healing Sessions. I hope that you're having an amazing, abundant, prosperous, loving, fulfilling, masterful, harmonious healing day. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you are returning, you already know you're part of the tribe, you're part of the vibe. Much love to you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here. All right? So you already know, for the month of November, we're doing things that we're grateful for, things that we're full of gratitude for, and things that we are thankful for. So for November, we're doing the month of gratitude. Okay. So if you've been watching some of the other videos, I appreciate you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Your support is much appreciated. But okay, so today we're going to do I'm what I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful for my spirit team, right? I'm grateful for the messages that they send, right? Okay, so today I was feeling like a little, you know what I'm saying, and not so much like I was just for the last few days I've been kind of just feeling away about a few things, and really kind of just really focusing on me being positive, focusing on me just getting through this time, and really just being patient, right? And so the interesting thing is that, so I got a message today, right? And the message was from my grandmother. No, the thing is that I've never met my grandmother, right? She had passed. My grandmother and my grandmother and my great grandmother, they were already had passed before I was even born, right? So we didn't have a relationship in that aspect, but you know, I believe that she has always watched over me. You know what I'm saying? She has watched over me, and I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for the connection that we do have, even though it's not in the physical, but we definitely have it in the spiritual. So I'm grateful for them, you know, and they have been with me, and they have taken care of me, and they have protected me through a lot of different things, you know. But so today I had received a message, and it's so crazy because I didn't even know that I needed the message. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that I knew that I was feeling away, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even on no I'm gonna give up type stuff. It wasn't on no, you know, what was me. It was just like, you know how you just have them days where you kind of just like, okay, like I don't know. But I'm gonna get through it, but I feel away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really big on honoring my feelings. I'm really big on making sure that I take the adequate time that I need to, you know what I'm saying, give myself grace, right? To rest, to make sure I'm in this space just to be my best self, right? And so it was crazy because the message had popped up, and I didn't even know I needed it. I didn't even know that I needed it, you know. And so and the interesting thing is because it's typically for me, you know, when I receive messages, you know, from my spirit team, my spirit guides, my ancestors, like, it typically is not through somebody that I know, right? And so, you know, this message came about, and I was listening to something, and the message came about, and it was so crazy because it was like this spot on, just you know, with her name, you know, with their name, with both of their names, which was like kind of like, okay, I know this message is for me. You know what I'm saying? With both of their names, and then the mention of a flower, right? And so so it was interesting. So anyway, so the message was just like, it was just pretty much just giving encouraging words, and a few things in the message was just telling me like to not to worry about certain things, and they're going to handle certain situations, and one in particular that's really like dear and near to my heart, but I've had to set up boundaries, you know, dealing with this person, because it has been tumultuous, to say the least, you know, my whole life, you know what I mean? And so yeah, it was just kind of like, this relationship has definitely, we've had our ups and downs in this relationship, and I have just come to a space where, it's really been about me just protecting my peace, making sure that I create healthy boundaries, and again, not, wishing no ill will on no one, not being in a space of resentment or, um, you know, being bitter, or even just, like I said, just I'm not in a space where I don't need to wish any ill will on you. I don't need to say bad things about you. I don't need to, defend myself no longer. You know what I'm saying? I have been there and done that, where it was just like over and over again, where I try to put an effort towards this particular situation or relationship, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? However, so they had gave me a message about this particular relationship, and I was just like, it made me a little like, just, it made me feel away, and not in a bad way, just more so just like, I'm glad that you hear and see what I'm going through, you know what I'm saying, and you recognize it, and you found a way to let me know that you hear and see me, you know what I mean? And so yeah, it made me tear up. It made me tear up because I was just like, I love y'all. I don't even know y'all, you know what I'm saying? Not in that aspect, not physically, but I know you, you know what I'm saying? And they definitely have shown up for me several times in my life, you know what I'm saying? But this time in particular, it was just kind of like, it was really cool to be in a space where I needed that. I needed that, you know what I'm saying? And not that I was looking for it, but I needed that message. And so it was a beautiful thing, And the crazy thing is, because I can remember like a few years back, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I was still working in my corporate job, and I remember I was just in a space where I was just so fed up, you know what I'm saying? I was just fed up with just the day in and day out, the mask, the fakeness, it was just a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I was constantly being tugged on, I believe, by spirit, just to be like, you need to, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You can stay here and be in this environment. Yeah, the pay was good, but it was like, but are you being utilized? Are you being appreciated? And so it was different things I was being tugged at to just make changes within my own life, my personal life, you know what I'm saying? Let alone in my career, And I remember this particular day, I left work, you know what I'm saying? And I was just so overwhelmed, you know what I'm saying? I was tired, you know what I mean? I was tired of just having to go in there day in, day out, with masks. I was tired of the people that was around me that had a whole bunch of masks. Everybody was just fake, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, and I don't know if it was just whether it was they didn't know, they were oblivious, or it was like they knew and just kind of just, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And so I just remember coming home and just being like, God, like, why am I going through this? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling so torn? Why am I feeling so defeated? Why am I? It was, and really, it was also too a time for me to even just be in my space where I'm starting to be my authentic self. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where the tug was coming from, because it was like, when you're here, you're not being your authentic self. Even when you show glimpses of you being authentic, it's still like, again, like you pick and choose when you're authentic, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't something that was constant, so I feel like that was also a reason why it was just tugging on my spirit to just be like, okay, it's time for you to like get up out of here. But I was like, of course, I was thinking about, okay, well, how I'm gonna take care of this, how I'm gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? I have to take care of my family. So all those things come into play when you are, contemplating a huge move. And it was and to be all the way real, it was a huge move for me to leave that job, you know what I mean? But anyways, so I had left work, and I got home, and I remember just being in my driveway, and I was just like bawling, crying. I'm talking about just like bawling, crying. So I was just like, I'm done. I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to move. And I was overwhelmed. I was just overwhelmed with emotions, you know what I'm saying? And it was just because it was just, I didn't know what to do. And I remember getting out of my car and going to check the mailbox, and one of my neighbors was outside, and so we was just talking for a little bit, and she must have knew that I needed a hug or something, because literally talked for a little bit, and she was like, just here, let me give you a hug. And I remember just even being in her arms, like bawling, crying, just like, God, like, help me to understand what is that you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? What is that you want me to how you want me to move? Like, I mean, I was torn, you know what I mean? And so, you know what I'm saying, she embraced me or whatever, and then she let me cry for a little bit. And as we're standing there and we're hugging each other, a guy drives by. Now, this gentleman, like, I've seen him in the neighborhood from time to time or whatever, and to be all the way real with you, like, just from the things that I had heard about him prior to me having that meeting with him that day, it was just like, you know what I'm saying, he may dabble in substances, he definitely smelled of, like, alcohol, but again, it was just like, I'm a firm believer in not, judging a book by its cover, you know what I mean? But so I would see him from time to time, you know what I'm saying? But this particular time, me and my neighbor were outside, and, you know what I'm saying, we're embracing or whatever, and he drives by, and he rolls down the window. I'll never forget this, because I so needed this at the time. He drives by, he rolls down the window, and he was like, God loves you. And then immediately I just bawled. Like, I was bawling, crying again. You know what I'm saying? And I remember just being like, oh my gosh, like, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so he stopped, he gets out of the car, and he just begins, like, just talking about God, like, talking about how amazing God is. Mind you, and he still smelled like, you know what I'm saying, beer, whatever. And but he was just like, I'm talking about just delivering a message, like, I'm talking about heartfelt, sincere, you know what I'm saying, true, you know what I mean, and you can feel it, right? And just talking about how amazing God is, amazing how, you know what I'm saying, just, you'll be surprised how God will send people in your life, whether it's for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and and he knows what you need when you need it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I don't think that we realize just the power in just how amazing God is, right? And so we're sitting there, and it was like everything that he was saying, he was just literally like feeding my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I could have been one of those people that immediately had judged him and be like, oh, look how he look, or look how he, how he smell, or, you know what I'm saying? Just like, completely dismissed, like, the message, you know what I mean? And I just remember, like, after I left both of them, feeling like, wow, like, God, I needed that. And neither one of those people, like, were, close to me, you know what I'm saying? And the interesting thing is, like, I've probably seen him maybe one or two more times, like, after that encounter, and then I'd never seen him again. You know what I'm saying? And I just truly believe that he was definitely an angel in disguise, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And, it's important for you to, like, be mindful of, like, how you interact with people. You know what I'm saying? Your exchange with people, because you just never know who you're entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And it was just interesting, because I was so grateful for that moment. And it even inspired me to even be just more in a space of, like, when God tell me to, you know what I'm saying, like, just give a message, or to encourage someone, to inspire someone, to enlighten someone, like, I do it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel conviction when I don't. You know what I mean? And it was a really eye-opening moment for me, not only because I needed it, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, but it just also helped me to even be just more on my path, in just being able to be in a space where I can encourage, I can inspire, I can just be a helping hand when I need it. You know what I mean? And it just reminded me when I had that message today. It just reminded me of that when I was very low. Like at that time, and like I said, it was years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I was like low. I felt low because I just felt so torn and not understanding again, like, God is my source. You know what I mean? And I think I was putting so much weight on this job and how I'm gonna take care of my kids if I leave, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. And it was just more so like, God was like trust me. and to be always real, like, it was one of the best things that I could have ever done. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be in a space where I can work for myself, being in a space where I can do what I love. And so yeah, I'm grateful for it. But I just want to encourage you, like, sometimes, like, you may get a message from someone that you least expect, you know, and don't discredit the messenger. At times, it's just really about you receiving the message and being in this space to know that God knows what you need when you need it. That is abundance, right? And so I hope that you continue to be on your healing journey, to be on your self-love journey, to be on your spiritual journey, and understand that God got you. You know what I'm saying? Even when it may seem like you doing it by yourself, even when you may seem like, God, I don't know how many more shots I can take. I don't know how many more blows I can take. I don't know how much more I can give, you know? I don't know how much more I'm at capacity of learning in that space, in that time. You know what I mean? But just know that you're equipped. You're equipped. You have everything that you need. And trust and believe that God knows what you need. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to forsake you. He's not going to let you down. And your spirit team is there to be able to help you, to guide you, to understand, like, to send you messages, to send you peace, to send you loving vibes, to send you healing vibes, you know. But you also too have to be in a space to ask for it. You also have to be in a space to know that it's there for you, readily available to you, you know. And so yeah, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate, you know, what you are to my life. I appreciate what you are to my channel. And yeah, I love y'all, you know, and I hope that this message finds you well. I hope that you just know how important you are, how strong you are, how dedicated you are, how loving you are. And we need those type of people in this world that we live in, you know, and I know that it gets hard. It gets hard, and sometimes it gets trying, and sometimes it, you know, it don't make no sense. But it's all for your good. It's all for your good. So I love y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know, comment down below again what you're grateful for. And yeah, we're gonna finish this month of gratitude strong, right? And yeah, y'all be easy.